video is sponsored by Comic Book Pressing. Use the code MightyComicsGuy for one free regular price press when submitting 3 books or more.
What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence, the Mighty Comics Guy, back with another video. And today we are back for the top 10 roll books in my collection. If you guys haven't already done so, I suggest you check out the top 10 slab books in my collection. And this was just as hard to pick out the top 10 roll books as it was to do the top 10 slabs. So it took me a while to rummage through some short boxes, go through my wall books, but I finally narrowed it down to 10, and here we go. Before we get to number 10, I had to throw this book in there because I don't know how it didn't make the top 10, but it came in an honorable mention, and it is The Amazing Spider-Man number 316. Just classic McFarlane work. Beautiful cover. Swiped many times, but this just missed the top 10, but I wanted to show it anyway. Let's call it number 11. Amazing Spider-Man 316. So here we go. Number 10. Fantastic Four number 50. Just a classic Silver Age, Silver Surfer appearance book. And this one I got not too long ago. It is a mid-grade book between a 4 and a 5.0, but a beautiful brown cover. Came in at number 10. Number 9 was a recent pickup. If you guys haven't checked out Weekend Comic Haul number 24, I suggest you do. It is The Amazing Spider-Man number 17, the first appearance of the glider that the Green Goblin, we all know, has been seen riding on a few times. But another low-grade Spidey that I recently picked up. I had to throw this in there because it's one of my favorite covers of all time. Number 8, another recent pickup, The Amazing Spider-Man number 18. Again, another low-grade, early Silver Age Amazing Spider-Man. Some Steve Ditko goodness. I could not put this in the top 10. It is too classic for me. Just beautiful artwork and one of my favorite early Amazing Spider-Mans. Number 7. Probably a book we won't find on many lists, but to me it's just too iconic not to have in there. It is Strange Tales Annual number 2. Some early Spidey appearance. Of course, he's missing the spider on his chest. Just not much more I could say about this book, except it is just too classic for me not to include in a top 10 raw list. Beautiful book, one of my favorites in my collection. Man, I always do this. I always mess up like the numbers. So 9, 8, 7. Here we have number 6. It is the Fantastic Four number 49, first appearance of Galactus, the first full appearance anyway of Galactus. I actually have 2 copies of this book, one raw, one slabbed, but I could not throw this in the top 10 because it is just too important of a book not to have in there. Number 5 is also a book I picked up recently, one of my favorite covers of all time. It is Strange Tales number 115. I believe this is the second appearance of the Sandman and the origin of Doctor Strange. Just another really important Marvel book from early on in the Silver Age. And one of my favorite covers to boot. Number 4 is a book that I also picked up a few months back. A book that is just not a superhero book, but a book that is classic indeed. It is Tomb of Terror number 15. This cover is detached, and it is probably one of my only few Golden Age books that I have in my collection. I may look to sell this at one point, but for now I have it, and it is number 4 on the list. Just a gruesome cover. This and Black Cat 50 are top 2. I don't have that one, by the way. Number 3 is another one of my favorites, and it's a book I picked up a few months back, and I'm glad I did because I got it for a decent price. It is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1, the first appearance of the Sinister Six. Now, when I was growing up, the Sinister Six were some of my favorite villains, and of course, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. And watching them on those early morning cartoons, I was hooked. And to own this book, and I have it in a raw state, I probably may get it slabbed at some point, but for now, I'm going to hold off. It is a low-grade copy, probably about a 2.0, but hopefully we get to see him on the big screen soon. That's number 3. Number 2 is, again, one of my favorite books in my collection. Totally classic. Fantastic Four, number 12. The first time the Hulk and the Thing meet. Just a beautiful, classic Jack Kirby artwork. It doesn't get much better than this in comics, in my opinion. No first appearances, but just a beautiful gray cover, and you see the Hulk and you see the Thing. That's why it's number 2 on the roll list. And finally, at number 1, probably the best roll book I have in my collection right now. It is Avengers number 1. I do have it in this like hard plastic case that actually I got when I bought this book that came with it. I had this searching for this book for years, and I just thought with all the movies coming out that it was a bit overpriced. I waited for it to drop a little bit, and it did, and I was happy to snatch it up for the price that I got it at. Of course, there's a few defects. It is a Silver Age book. Definitely low grade. I'm going to call it a 2.0, maybe a 1.5. We'll see. I think the colors are great on it, but we'll find out eventually when I do have it slabbed, because I will eventually. But this is the number 1 raw book in my collection. Avengers number 1. First appearance of the team together. So that's it for my top 10. It was, like I said, a lot harder to narrow them all down. Thank you guys for sticking with me through this video and going through all my mistakes and all the numbering issues that I always seem to have. But either way, if you guys haven't done so, subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Like this video if you like it. This is Lawrence, the Mighty Comics Guy, saying thanks for watching my channel, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
I am Iron Man.